Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone out there. I know we're getting started a little bit late today, and if you're watching on the replay, we'll see you all in just a couple of minutes.
Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish with me, Ron E. Bradley, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this daily show today in the live stream, it is the 8th day of January in the year 2024. Look at that. I got the date right today, unlike yesterday. 15 of you all watching right now. I thank you so much. We have an abbreviated show today, as you have noticed. If you are a regular visitor of the show, you may have noticed that we started a little bit on the later side. I was up late last night on the Spice Lounge. I was initially supposed to go on the Pro Show, which would have been even later. I did finally get to sleep a little bit after midnight, I think, maybe. I don't know when it was that I actually got to sleep. But, so I woke up a little bit later this morning than I usually would have. Did I say 2024? Dear Lord, 2025. The 8th day, let me try this. The 8th day of January 2025. Sorry, that's the brain on autopilot, right? Because it's been, it was 2024 for an entire year. So, wow, it is 2025, which is, I'm really glad for the fact that it's 2025 on the one hand. On the other hand, there is time is going by really fast. Can you believe we are a quarter of a century already into the new millennium? That is craziness. Craziness to me how fast time is going by, and our lives are short. We only have the one life to live. In mortality, it's not YOLO. It's not you only live once. You're only mortal once. This is the only time in our entire existence of our spirits, of our souls, that we won't have all of the knowledge. Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to talk about fires today. I'm not really super happy about the subject. There was a reason I'm covering it. I had other stories lined up to go as far as theme parks and entertainment and such, but happy 90th birthday to Elvis Aaron Presley. Today's his 90th birthday. I did not know that. So I had other stories lined up to go. We're going to talk about these. The reason we're talking about the fires is because it is just the people involved. We got to pray. We have to pray. Anytime there's a situation like this and it's that dangerous going on, this could affect people that I know. And for those that are out there in California, prayers for you. If you're watching from California, let me know in the comments, how close are the fires to the Santa Monica Pier and Venice Beach specifically? I'm very, very concerned for all the people. Speaking of people, let's say hi to everybody that's coming to the chat. There's been a lot of people that came in, maybe because I started late today, but that's okay. We've got, let's see, Tom F. first through the door says, hey, all. Erica and Raph is here all the way from Germany. Excuse me. My mom is here. She's in the chat. She says, hello, everyone. Please say prayers for my mom. She's got some really bad things going on with her knees. Andy W. says, good morning. And the Bud Files are here with prayer hands. Thank you, Sue. The Bud Files, Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. Says, good morning, everyone. Juliet is here. Says, good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys in chat. And Go and Shogi is here. He is up in Santa Clarita area of California, somewhere up there where Drew Barrymore used to be a zombie and ate her neighbors or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch that many episodes of the Santa Clarita Valley show, but it was a thing for a little while before the Drew Barrymore show happened, I guess. And then Erica and Raph says, good evening. I just woke up 30 minutes ago. That is no surprise whatsoever, considering that you and I were both on that show late last night on the Spice Lounge. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, good night, Erica. Jeremy. Oh, yes, that's for my intro. And Go and Shogi says, I've basically been up all night. The wind is so bad here. It sounds like I have train tracks on the roof. Man, I'm telling you, that wind blows. Hanging with Erica and Raph says, Dude Man Cuz says, good morning. What's up, Dude Man Calls? What is up? Hi, everyone. Jonathan Rubin says, hi. Go and Shogi, stay safe. Prayers over there. Prayers for the Bud Files. Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Go and Shogi says, thanks to Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Hope it's warmer in Florida than where I am, but I'll be happy to be back at the end of January. It is freaking cold here. It's probably warmer than where you are, but it was 40 degrees overnight last night. And there's a chance, supposedly, that we're going to get down below freezing. There's even a chance, they say, for snow or snow flurries in Orlando, which hasn't happened apparently in like 50 years. I don't know. I think I've seen snow flurries here before in the early morning hours. I'm not sure. But it does happen. All right, so Avarice Carmageddon, where are you safe, Avarice Carmageddon, wherever you are? Pasadena, Woodley, Eaton, Hearst, and another wildfire in Los Angeles. Man, it's so sad to see. We talk, sometimes we don't talk in the best light about California when we're saying that. California is beautiful, right? California is gorgeous state, beautiful state, lots of really, really, really good people there. And unfortunately, somehow the government in California, especially the upper echelons of the government, have become very, very corrupt. And I don't know exactly how that happened. I don't know how a guy like Gavin Newsom ever got voted in. When you look at Gavin Newsom, it's very, very difficult to see anything but the iconic evil villain. He looks like an evil villain. Like he just has if you're in California and you're in Hollywood and you're casting a guy to look like the villain, the bad guy, you'd cast Gavin Newsom. He looks like the bad guy. Like he just has that look. And it's so funny. And apparently when he was mayor of, I guess he was the mayor of San Francisco or something, he had to apologize because he literally was with his best friend's wife or something like that. I mean, I didn't even know that till this morning. So I don't know why you guys in California don't get rid of Gavin Newsom and get a more Ronald Reagan-esque governor. I hope you guys do at some point in time, because California is a gorgeous state, and I just hate to see some of the governmental policies absolutely ruining what could be paradise. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Dapper Van's a crew. I was supposed to go to Disneyland today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yes, I did say 2024 and it's 2025. Even when you first wrote that, I looked at it and goes, but it is 20. Oh no, it's 2025. Wait, there's one in Silmar now too. Oh gosh. It's okay. We got 12 days into 2025, I believe is what you're saying. All right. So Silmar is called the Eaton Fire. Jonathan Rubin says happy birthday to Elvis Presley. By the way, I know one of his relatives. Her name's Natalie Presley. Her face looks so much like Elvis's too. It's so funny. San Fernando Valley is a Hearst fire. I want to see what others. Yeah. Fairbrick Studio is here, and the Woodley Fire is in the Covina area. It's not far from the pier. So you're saying it's not far from Santa Monica Pier? Is that what you're saying there, going Shogi? How far from Venice Beach? How far from Muscle Beach? These are places that I have visited, stayed at. It's been, believe it or not, almost 14 years since I was there. But I had some very, very good times there. I was in really great shape when I was out in California. Well, not perfect, but pretty good. Way better than I am now. I got to get back to that shape. That's what I'm working on. This will be day 3 of my exercises today for those that are keeping up. I have done January 6th, January 7th. I'm done Monday and Tuesday this week. You got to keep me accountable because I'm going to be working out 6 days a week, possibly even 7 days a week from now. And with the 7th day, my Sunday day will be like a rest stretch day. I might do some yoga pose things. I know a lot of people that are religious don't like yoga, but it's for the pose aspects of it that are good for the body. I will continue to pray. Thank you, Andy W. Fairbricks Studios says hi to Erica and Raph. All right, so I really appreciate these updates in the chat because we're going to be talking about this in just a minute. Pasadena Fire is in Malibu, and Pasadena area and spreading. I don't know. That was about something funny. California. Cal Fire has a good map of all fires. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is here. Universal Studios Hollywood closed their park today because of this. So see, and again, this is a perfect example of why I'm covering this, because this affects the things that we talk about on this channel, which are theme parks and fun and travel. This particular set of fires affects these things. Hollywood Studios California Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood, I should say, in California closed today because of this. That is a huge, huge deal. All right, so Avros, you said you live in Hawaii, but you're watching the news coverage of it all. What is up, Dylan Soup? Good to see you in the chat as I say hi to everybody. Newsom is the bad guy. Yeah, I still, every time I hear him speak, I'm like, who was he up against that was so bad that was worse than him? Because it's like I look at him and I go, this guy, I mean, you throw a black cape on that guy and he looks like freaking vampire, whatever, Dracula. Like, it's just so weird. It's so like I just can't see Gavin Newsom as a guy who got elected to anything. Yeah, so Universal Studios Hollywood, it might be closed for a little while. Yeah, my patio furniture was blown all over the lawn a few days ago, and today it's snowing in Germany. Native Hawaiian is here. Good morning, aloha. Avers Carmageddon says some flights diverted to San Diego or Phoenix due to the fire. And it's about 10 miles from the Santa Monica Pier. Oh, so if it's okay, I need to look at the stories. I am literally myself just starting to follow this. Pacific Palisades is closed. Jonathan, I know you're asking questions about Walt Disney World, but we're not really covering that today, so I apologize, but we will be talking about that on future shows. Jonathan, today we are really covering we are really covering the fires in California and what's going on out there, because it is breaking. I mean, it's continuing to be breaking news. So Newsom is gruesome. That's funny. Bond villain vibes like Soros and Fink and Newsom. I'm surprised Gavin Newsom wasn't given the Medal of Freedom the other day. They're going to blame these fires on power lines and use it as an excuse to limit electricity use. I mean, it's scary. Before we get to all of that, yeah. I hope everyone is safe. Yeah, we're not dealing with Florida today. We're mostly dealing with California. And yeah, we did have Epcot had the sewage spills, and guess there's your WDW dude. I did cover that. On the channel. That sure was a crappy thing. I think that was what was that on Monday's show? Anyhow, let me look at before we get to any and all of that. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I wanted to check for the link real quick. I want to check for the link for Culture Casino, and let's check and see if he's got his link up. Because it is a shorter show. That's why I'm just covering the one story very quickly. And let's see if you're up here, Culture. And I will redirect to you on the 6-minute daily if I can find you. There it is. All right. Sometimes these buttons are hard to hit on a cellular smart device. They are smart, but they are small. All right. So before we get to any of that, we do want to talk about our celebration. Now, here's the deal, guys. You guys know this, that you guys give me the energy to be here. Like, as a transformer, if I were a transformer, you guys would be the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning to be
a toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good.
I needed to refuel. Energy!
This stuff's the greatest!
That stuff's the greatest. So yes, you give me the energy to be here. Thank you so much for that. And I love to celebrate all of you. So anytime there are super chats, super things, super stickers, memberships dropped, somebody becomes a member and has a member chat, there's a PayPal dropped or a buy me a coffee dropped, or even if anyone buys merchandise from the store, I love to celebrate that, especially if that happens during the show. And we have several different celebrations, but I'll show you one of the short ones for now because I love to celebrate you because you guys allow me to do what I love to do. So let's celebrate together. Get your member emojis ready to dance. Let's go. All right, let's see if we can get this. I'm trying to see if I can get this on to the screen. Give me just a moment and we will present this. I'm going to go through this kind of quick. And again, guys, I'm with you on this, trying to follow the story just like you're following the story. So let's see if we can get this on the screen. Don't need audio. Live updates. Palisades wildfire rages as new blazes spark across Los Angeles. And again, just so you guys understand the relationship with this story and this channel, this is Los Angeles area. This affects things like Universal Studios, Hollywood. It affects probably anything that's in the Santa Monica area, possibly Malibu. I don't know. You can tell me in the chat if it affects Malibu. I have friends that are firefighters out west, so we are praying for them as well. And we shall see what effects this has in the coming days. Live Pacific Palisades wildfire. California firefighters battled wind-whipped wildfires that tore across the Los Angeles area, destroying homes, clogging roadways as tens of thousands fled and straining resources as the fires burned uncontained early on Wednesday. Updated at 10:20 a.m. Eastern time. So this is literally breaking news right here. January the 8th, that's today. Wildfires tore across the Los Angeles area with devastating force Wednesday after setting off a desperate escape from burning homes through flames, ferocious winds, and towering clouds of smoke. So here are some of the quick facts of what to know. The Pacific Palisades fire, officials said 30,000 residents are under evacuation orders and more than 13,000 structures were under threat in the Pacific Palisades area. The Eaton fire in the northeast Los Angeles foothills, fire spread so rapidly that staff at a senior living center had to push dozens of residents in wheelchairs and hospital beds down the street to a parking lot. Track the winds. The Santa Ana winds topped 80 miles per hour by early Wednesday, according to reports received by the National Weather Service. They could reach 100 miles per hour in the mountains and foothills. Now, these though there is no hurricane there, these are in fact hurricane level winds. Palisades fire west of Los Angeles by the sea. It has burned about 4.5 square miles, 11.6 square kilometers. Eaton fire in the Altadena area up north of Pasadena and has burned about 1.6 square miles, 4 square kilometers. In the San Fernando Valley, the Hearst fire has burned 500 acres. Oh, God, San Fernando Valley, that's... The Tyler fire in Coachella near Joshua Tree National Park has burned about 15 acres. All 4 fires are currently at 0% containment. That is frightening. Celebrities are among those fleeing the Los Angeles fires. Wildfires that ripped through the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles forced many Hollywood stars, including Mark Hamill, Mandy Moore, and James Woods, to evacuate their homes. And I don't care what you think of any of these people personally, which, by the way, interestingly enough, those 3 are three differing. I know of them and their personal opinions and stuff, and they differ greatly. But it doesn't matter. In the end, the more important part is they are people, they are human beings. And on a human level, I care for each of them as my brothers and sisters. I could care less what they do for a living. When their lives are in danger, it's about them being people, about them being human beings, about not just them, but also their families, other people, lots of other people involved. California firefighters are battling wind-whipped wildfires that are tearing across the area, destroying homes and straining resources as the fires burn uncontained early on Wednesday. The Pacific Palisades neighborhood is a hillside area along the coast dotted with celebrity residents and memorialized by the Beach Boys in their 1960s hit Surfin' USA. Flames jumped the famous Sunset Boulevard and parts of the Palisades Charter High School, which has been featured in many Hollywood productions, including the 1976 horror movie Carrie and the 2003 remake of Freaky Friday and the television series Teen Wolf. And there are some photos 13 minutes ago: fire, smoke, and flight across the Los Angeles neighborhoods. It's really even hard to see. That it almost looks like it could be anywhere as far as a house being on fire. There's a 7-Eleven thrift store. There's people being pushed through the... I don't know what happened in my pictures there. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so there's a thrift store. There are citizens being pushed on wheelchairs in the street. I have to be careful. The reason I've never done news before is because I get very emotionally involved, and I literally am trying to hold back tears right now because this is awful. This is almost like... there was a movie about a volcano in Los Angeles, and it was this actually reminds me of that actually coming to life. The Eaton fire burns a residence Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 in Altadena, California. A wildfire burns in the hills near Eaton Canyon behind the Living Rock Church of Pasadena. Residents of a senior care are evacuated as the Eaton fire approaches Tuesday, January 7th. Will Adams watches as flames from the Palisades fire close in on his property in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. Firefighters battle the Palisades fire as it burns multiple structures in Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. Residents of a senior care are evacuated as the Eaton fire approaches on January the 7th. The Palisades fire burns a Christmas tree inside a residence in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles Tuesday. The Eaton fire destroys a structure Tuesday, January 7th in Altadena. By the way, kudos to whoever is out there, the Jimmy Olsen or the photographer of this. I mean, because that would be dangerous too, just to get in there to take pictures like this. But I appreciate seeing the reality of this. It's as hard as it may be to look at. This is the reality, and this is why something needs to be done. Water is dropped on the advancing Palisades fire by helicopter in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. The firefighters are working. Bike riders make their way along the large coast. Large plumes of dark smoke pass over the beach from a wildfire. My gosh. A surfer takes off on a wave in Santa Monica, California during a sunset under the blackened sky from the Palisades fire in the Pacific Palisades. Wow. This is crazy, guys. So, again, I'm not going to go on the show very long. Average Carmageddon says news reporters and media are the only ones allowed inside the fire zones outside of the first responders. The fires are scary, but almost just as scary is the government's consistent mismanagement of the fires. And honestly, this is one of the problems in California. The very far extreme left-leaning government who has an agenda that is not an agenda to really help the people out, but an agenda to pretty much line their own pockets, if you will. They create environmental issues that are not actually issues, and so they don't have in California, you don't have things like proper, controlled burns that stop these things. There's just there are a lot of things that could be done, and they don't do them. And let's see here. Go and show you. I lived in Reno for 25 years. California wildfires have been a thing for a long time. They can't even do any controlled burns. That's what I was talking about. Yes, they just don't want to pay Colorado for water. They could have emergency systems in those hills. It always comes back to penny pinching, which is really weird considering how much you guys pay for taxes in California. It's near Malibu, but Malibu already mostly burned. They should be okay. It's so sad. I have friends that live out there in Malibu, and it could be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. And I hate that it is not the place that it could be, because of very unfortunately poor governance in California. And I don't know who it is that they are convincing to vote in the people that are in charge of such poor governance. But man, come on, California, get better people. Firefighters, police, and EMS first responders are the best with all their hard work in getting people to safety in these wildfires. I would agree with that, and kudos, hats off, and massive applause to all of the first responders. I'm trying to see if there are. One firefighter, it looks like, has already lost his life in the Palisades. I assume Oprah's house is also safe in California. Hey, even Oprah may not be safe from this kind of stuff, believe it or not. I think that she's actually lost one of her houses in a mudslide one time. You have to remember, Oprah doesn't have one house. She has multiple houses. But I have friends. It's the funniest thing about owning lots of property, being a millionaire. The more you have, the more there's a chance of it being taken away. I have a friend who is a multi-millionaire and unfortunately lost her mansion to a house fire, and the insurance was, I don't know whatever happened with it, but I know the insurance gave her a really hard time trying to replace the home. And she did have three homes, I believe. I know she has one here in Orlando too. And it's crazy, with lots of money comes potentially more problems. I just say that they're different problems. And, I'd be willing to take that as a test. I'd certainly rather, as Tony Robbins once says, just because you have more money doesn't mean that you have less problems. It just means that you arrive to your problems in style. He said, you arrive to your problems in a limousine, and it's a little bit different. So, yeah, we all do have her issues. Miley Cyrus lost her mansion in Malibu from the wildfires last week. And a friend of mine, Darren O'Lean, a few years ago, lost his house to a wildfire. So, yeah, also in Malibu. And Malibu's beautiful. I love Zuma Beach. My gosh, it's gorgeous out there. It's such a beautiful area, and I haven't been there for a while. I love California. I definitely like to go back. But anyway, lots and lots of prayers for California. I'm going to go ahead and get off here, guys. I know today's show is short and very different than my normal content. I like to be a lot more fun than talking about the destruction of fires and winds and nature. But I also am not afraid to give it the attention that it deserves when people do need our prayers. So please, and if you do have the capacity to donate, I wouldn't know off the top of my head who the right charity is to give to, but hopefully you guys can find that out on your own. And if you have the capacity to give and help out, please feel free to do that, because I'm sure that there are people out there that are in need of it. But before I do leave today, I still love you guys, and I want to thank you guys for being here, even on a day that is short, even on a day that we have to talk about some things that aren't as much fun. I still want to celebrate all of you. And so before we take off, get your member emojis ready if you have them, if you're a member of the channel. And by the way, we've got some member exclusive content on the way. There's already lots on the channel. So if you're a member, check the channel, and please do watch the member exclusive content, because there's a lot on the channel already that is only available for members. But get ready with your member emojis, because we're going to dance, we're going to wake up, and we are going to celebrate all of you right now. Thank you, and let's celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. I think I would go so crazy.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I do have things like my spread shop. There's a lot of things I'm not going to share today just because we are in the abbreviated time. Once we go over to Culture Casino, please say hi. Let you know you're rating in from. Follow the Bradley's Fun. And until tomorrow or the next time that you all see me and I see all of you, we will see you real soon. Thanks, everybody. Ciao. Have a good one. Bye.